Welcome to the Explainer. So, if you're looking to upgrade your smartphone this year, you've probably noticed that the old rules of buying a device, they have completely changed. I mean, Apple's 2026 lineup is arguably their most confusing one yet. We're talking entirely different design philosophies, different chip generations, and, well, wildly different price points. Okay, let's dive into this. The core question we're answering today is really simple. Which 2026 iPhone actually fits your life? We're going to decode the specs, cut right through all that marketing noise, and figure out whether the baseline iPhone 17, last year's iPhone 16 Pro, or that top-tier iPhone 17 Pro Max is the absolute right fit for your lifestyle, and of course, your budget.
Here's our roadmap for today. 1. The 2026 lineup confusion. 2. Design and build quality. 3. Performance and battery life. 4. The camera gap. And 5. Who should buy which?
All right, Section 1, the 2026 lineup confusion, understanding choices. Let's get into it.
Right out of the gate, we've got three heavy hitters here, but one sits in a really odd spot. The iPhone 16 Pro has actually been discontinued from Apple's own store, making it a reseller-only option, while legacy stock lasts. Grounding ourselves in the facts here, the standard iPhone 17 comes in at a super competitive $799, whereas the 17 Pro Max, that commands a massive $400 jump, starting at $1,199. The 16 Pro's price, well, that's going to fluctuate depending on what reseller discounts you can track down. You can also see the screen sizes, 6.3 inches on the 17 and 16 Pro, stepping up to a massive 6.9 inches on the 17 Pro Max. But most importantly, look at the chips. The 17 and 17 Pro Max are on the brand new A19 architecture, literally leaving the 16 Pro a full generation behind.
Moving on to Section 2, design and build quality, build differences. Now, this is an area where Apple's design philosophy diverges completely. Like, we are seeing totally different approaches to what a premium phone should actually feel like in your hand. The iPhone 17 keeps it light and simple, with a really sleek aluminum frame. It's actually the lightest of the bunch, weighing in at just 6.24 ounces. But there's a major irony here. If you specifically want a titanium build, well, the oldest phone in this lineup, the iPhone 16 Pro, is actually the only option that gives it to you. It has that distinct, slightly more premium in-hand feel. But as you'll see in a second, titanium really isn't the whole durability story.
And that's because of a pretty dramatic shift in materials. For the 17 Pro Max, Apple completely ditched the titanium trend. I know, crazy, right? Instead, they opted for a brand new aluminum unibody design. But while you lose the titanium, you gain something arguably way more important, which is the new Ceramic Shield 2 on both the front and the back. This offers 3 times better scratch resistance than the standard ceramic shield found on that older 16 Pro. So, you're basically trading a fancy metal edge for vastly superior glass durability all around.
3,000. Okay, I really want you to keep that number in your head because it represents the staggering peak outdoor brightness nits of both the base iPhone 17 and the 17 Pro Max.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how the standard, non-Pro iPhone 17 actually beats the older Pro model in direct sunlight. The 16 Pro caps out at 2,000 nits. So if you spend a lot of time using your phone outdoors, maybe you're at the beach or you're just trying to read a text in the blazing sun, the baseline iPhone 17 actually has a very real, very practical edge over last year's top-tier device. That's a huge win for the base model.
All right, on to Section 3. Performance and battery life, powering your day.
Shifting our focus to the raw silicon powering these devices, their support for Apple Intelligence, and honestly, how long they actually last on a single charge. The generational divide here is stark. The 17 and 17 Pro Max run on the new A19 family of chips, which feature updated neural accelerators and hardware-accelerated ray tracing. Now, the 16 Pro is running the older A18 Pro, and sure, while all three fully support Apple Intelligence right out of the box, the 2026 models are literally a full generation ahead. If you're doing heavy on-device AI tasks, intense gaming, or honestly, you just plan to hold onto your phone for 4 or more years, the A19 chips make the 17 and 17 Pro Max the much safer long-term bet. And this brilliantly illustrates how that new chip efficiency translates directly into everyday battery life. Looking at maximum video playback hours, the 17 Pro Max just absolutely dominates with 39 hours. I mean, that's nearly 45% more battery life than the 16 Pro. But look closely at the base iPhone 17 right there in the middle. At 30 hours, it actually outlasts the 16 Pro's 27 hours. Plus, both of the newer 2026 phones support faster charging, hitting a 50% charge in just 20 minutes if you use a 40-watt adapter. Pretty sweet.
Okay, section 4, the camera gap for content creators.
Now, this is the ultimate battleground for content creators, and truthfully, it's where the base iPhone 17 genuinely falls behind its Pro siblings. Breaking down the rear camera systems, the difference is just immediate. The iPhone 17 gives you a very capable dual 48-megapixel setup, but, and this is a big but, it has absolutely no telephoto lens. So if you shoot zoomed-in content, wildlife, kids playing sports, or subjects on a distant stage, the standard 17 simply cannot compete. The 16 Pro gives you a 12-megapixel telephoto, but the 17 Pro Max, it's an absolute monster, featuring a triple 48-megapixel system and a staggering 8x optical zoom range. For the really serious videographers out there, the 17 Pro Max holds some incredibly powerful exclusives. Aside from that crazy 8x optical zoom, it supports Apple Log 2 and Genlock. And just to translate that into practical creator terms, Genlock is basically a professional feature for syncing multiple cameras perfectly. If you are running a multi-camera YouTube shoot or a pro studio setup that requires frame-accurate sync, Genlock is a massive advantage that is totally exclusive to the Pro Max. It's a real game changer.
But hey, what about the front camera? Well, here, the 2026 models strike back hard. Both the iPhone 17 and the 17 Pro Max feature a brand new 18-megapixel front camera, equipped with center stage, ultra-stabilized video, and dual capture. The older 16 Pro, yeah, it's stuck with the previous 12-megapixel true-depth camera without any of those dynamic features. So for vloggers or anyone who takes constantly moving FaceTime calls, center stage is a huge advantage for the 2026 phones. So the crucial point is this: capturing the content is really only half the battle, right? Getting it off your phone is the other. Both the 16 Pro and 17 Pro Max support USB 3 speeds, transferring data up to 20 times faster. The standard iPhone 17 is noticeably slower, stuck on older USB 2 speeds. If you regularly transfer large 4K or ProRes video files to a computer, this matters a lot. It is honestly one of the clearest ways Apple keeps the base model differentiated from the Pro line.
Bringing us to our final section, Section 5, Who Should Buy Which? The Final Verdict.
We have covered a massive amount of ground today. Let's move to and see how this builds into practical, lifestyle-based buying decisions for 3 main user personas. Step 1, the iPhone 17 is for everyday value. It inherits nearly all the meaningful upgrades. The A19 chip, the crazy screen brightness, the better battery life, all at a fraction of the cost. Step 2, the iPhone 16 Pro is the budget Pro option. Honestly, this one makes sense only if you can find a hefty reseller discount, you really want that titanium build, and you just have to have a telephoto lens without paying top dollar. And step 3, the iPhone 17 Pro Max is for serious creators. If your work depends on an 8x zoom range, 48-megapixel versatility, and Genlock video features, well, it's a tool for creators first and a phone second. I really want to emphasize the incredible value of the standard iPhone 17 this year. It starts at $799, but for this generation, Apple completely dropped the 128GB storage tier. So that means 256GB of storage is now the starting point, at the exact same price the 128GB model used to be. That is a massive, tangible value improvement for the everyday user right out of the box. No price hike, just double the storage. Which leaves us with one final, kind of provocative question for you to consider. Are the telephoto lens, those USB 3 transfer speeds, and the Genlock video features genuinely worth the $400 premium for your daily use? I mean, if you make content for a living, the jump to the 17 Pro Max is entirely justified. But if you mostly just browse, consume content, stream videos, and take casual photos, do yourself a favor, save your money. For the vast majority of us, the base iPhone 17 will feel completely indistinguishable from the Pro Max in daily use. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I will catch you on the next one.